Okay guys, we're here for day 1 in your bridge book for math. I want to look at a few things. Numbers 1 through 12 you can do. You absolutely can do. I'm going to give you a little hint about numbers 8 and 12 and any of the divisions, number 5. So for example, number 8, it's 30 and then divided by 6. So how do we write that out? Number 8, we're going to write it out. The second number is the divisor, and the 30 is the dividend. Remember, we divided in. That divisor gets divided into the 30. So 8, example, number 5, this was the outside number, and that goes into 30. Now let's look at the missing numbers. Now, there's something, and I'm not always going to do this with a notebook, but remember we've talked about inverse operations a lot. Inverse operations are the opposite. So when we look at our inverse operations, and we have a lot more math. I'm actually going to do this different, but for this part today, inverse operations, they're adding and subtracting and multiplying and dividing. For numbers 13 through 21, you are going to do, you might not need to. Some of you are going to blow right through it. You're going to say 18 divided by what equals 6? Well, what times 6 equals 18? So I want you to look at that. So what times? We're going to look at the inverse operation. So 18 divided by 6, or 18 divided by what equals 6? Oh, you can't see it. What times 6? What times 6 equals 18? You can use your multiplication charts if you need them. I think I've sent those out, but I can also upload that up too. So what times 6? So if you're going to do 4 times what equals 36? Well, 36 divided by 4, so let's look at number 14. 36, so 4, I'll put this up in a second, equals 36, okay. 36 divided by 4, so 36 divided by 4, your inverse operation equals what? Well, how many times? 4 times what equals 36? 4 times what equals 36? So if you need to look for those missing numbers, you can always look, like I said, your multiplication chart. You can do the inverse operation. 10 minus, so number 17, let me do it right here. 17, 10 minus what equals 3? Well, 3, if you did 10 minus 3, that would equal this answer. So for those of you who are going to look at this and say, oh, that's so easy, great. That's awesome if it's easy for you. If you're struggling with it, like I said, you can always let me know. But remember, if you look at it, speak it out. Use your words. 18 divided by what equals 6? 6 times what equals 18? So same with adding, subtracting. Just talk it out. If you have any problems, always get a hold of me, okay?